All right, welcome to Tig's Bits Live. The road to syndication continues tonight, and this is going to be a fun one. We're going to get Blasey's thoughts on this whole Bubba the Love Sponge drama that's occurred over the weekend. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the guests that we've had on the show here recently. We're going to talk about there's a biopic about Chris Farley that's in the works. You know that I'm going to have some kind of a reaction with that. I have what Dana Carvey and David Spade both said on Superfly here recently. They kind of go into it. And, look, I have this picture right here behind me with Chris Farley, Adam Sandler, and David Spade in it. So, I've got some thoughts on it. And then we have a little bit more clarity on our TV show that'll be debuting in June. We're doing some stuff behind the scenes. We've got some interviews and things like that. So, are y'all ready? I know I am. Let me bring in my co-host. Coming in first, Mr. JR, the handler.
Bang,
How
bang,
are you,
bang.
sir?
I'm
Yes,
good,
sir.
brother. Good to see you, bro.
Yes, sir. Look, before I even bring in the one-man posse himself, Mr. Blossy, the one-man posse, let me show y'all a clip of JR introducing Justin Moore, because I think,
Oh, Lord.
I think he needs to be doing this, not me.
Well, my back was killing me that night, too, buddy. I was in Birmingham. Yeah.
Dude, it gives me Ray Clay vibes. That was the announcer for the Bulls.
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's how this show has to be introduced, I do believe.
Yeah,
moving forward,
I can feel that when I'm doing those, if I'm on point or not, because sometimes it's jibber jabber and I ain't got my mind right and I'm rushed. This that it's funny, and it ain't much of nothing. It really don't matter, but to me it does, And that was a good Memphis, but that one I could tell what that night was, because the way I'm standing there, my back was killing me that night. That's right after I'd hurt my back, had to go
Yep.
back on the road. Boy, it was brutal. But the following week we did Lexington and Memphis, and I got a good one in Memphis. Memphis was a good one too. There's some
Yeah,
video I
you
saw
sent me that one too. I forgot. I
was
forgot
fun.
I needed to put that one out. That one's also good. He brings it, folks. So I mean, it's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome. So with that said, and top this, Mr. Blossy, the one-man posse. How are you tonight?
Yeah,
Good
I'm
sir.
gonna start it. Don't worry, Blasey. I'm gonna start intro, and you Tiggs drop the ball on that one right there. I'm gonna bring it in. Yeah,
I did. Oh, you were going to do it?
Heck
Damn
yeah,
it.
you are. Let's do this.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Got to
straight
hang out
from the
with
beaches
JR.
of the Gulf of Mexico, Blasey, the one-man posse.
Let's go.
I was talking.
I love it. Straight
Dude,
off that Beach of Palooza trip here.
I was talking to my neighbor about you, Blasey, because he was talking about going pompano fishing in the morning early, and I said he just caught his personal best a few weeks ago, and I said, man, my buddy Blasey is over there rocking down the coast a bit, saying the same thing, because you caught a big one. I told him you'd put it in the local competition for your biggest fish and stuff, and I told him I'm going to go because you go in the morning as well. You're surf fishing early in the morning, right?
Yeah, I love to go early in the morning. Like if that's my option. If all things align, yes, absolutely love to get it there just as that sun's starting to think about coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Rock and
Dropping
roll.
that bait in the water, absolutely.
Yeah, he said he'll provide all the tackle, bait, and expertise, because I hadn't done that since I was like a teenager. As long as I'll pull the cart, and I've seen this cart's got big wheels, so I'm in. I just got to get up
good
early.
to go. Yeah, you need to go do that. Hey, it's just nice being out there, man. I just enjoy watching that sun come up, and it's refreshing. And then, hey, let's catch a fish too. So
might as well. I mean, why wouldn't you do that too?
Well, Beach of Palooza, I just saw Blasey and I just got together this past weekend. We got to spend some time down in Sandestin with a bunch of friends, and it was good to catch up. We talked a little before we went on air. For me, some of those guys I hadn't seen in 20 years, and some I've seen recently. But since the pandemic, it seems like time is kind of warped a little bit. So it seems like, I just saw you, and then they're like, no, that was 5 or 6 years ago. I'm like, damn, it has been happening.
Right.
So It was good, but hey, you'll love this, Tiggs. When I first got in the same room with Blasey, I was talking to somebody else that we were getting fired up, and Blasey came around the corner, and we both started. We got him wound up. I think it was me and JD. We got him wound up, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
And he went into a good one, buddy. He got him a good one.
No, I did. Really
Got a little nervous. Got a
It was so much fun. It was just it was fun energy. It was rocking. It was great.
Dude, that was so fun
I
up there in
love
that
that.
room. You know what I mean? It
Yes.
was like, because we had the upstairs of Rum Runner, so it was just us. You know what I mean? We kind of just,
Okay.
it was a private event upstairs. So it was so cool just sitting there hanging out and talking. You turn around, there's somebody else great friends with. Maybe you hadn't seen him in 10 years or you
I
saw
was
him
a
last year or
sensory
whatever.
overload. Yes,
was.
sensory overload for me.
It is
Too
a
much.
lot. I was glad to see you there. That's your first Beach of Palooza, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, man.
That's my first time ever making to Beach Palooza, and it's right down the road. I live right down the road. It's crazy.
I know. Well, it's just the nature of the beast. But yeah, I was so glad to see you because you didn't give much of a heads up other than you asked some question on the text thread. It gave me a good idea. I think you were asking, was there food there at the event? Or
Oh, yeah.
something. I was like, whoa.
Of course,
that's a key question.
Of course, my first text is, they're talking about this and this all day, and I'm slipping in the back door, and I'm like, they're saying we're here at so and so. I'm like, they got food there, because you know me, I done got hungry by this point. But it was great. I wish I could have stayed longer, but I was supposed to have gone to Arkansas to Justin St. Jude golf event and show and a fundraiser event and all that stuff we do for St. Jude in Little Rock. And after all that, so I come home Friday, get packed up, go back to Pensacola on Saturday just to get there and them tell me my second leg of my flight was canceled from Dallas back to Little Rock. So then I'm like, I get on the horn, I get it figured out. So I got a flight for the next morning. So now I've already made peace with them. Going to Dallas. We'll stay the night there, get a crappy hotel room, I'm sure. The crappy voucher they'll give me. Then I'll have to get up again in the morning, and then finally fly to Arkansas to get there within a few hours before I've got to be somewhere and start doing what I want to do. So I've made peace with that. Then as soon as we get all that handled, I get another email. My first flight's canceled now too, so all that's for naught. Now I got to all over the drawing board, and then the flight they give me is at the crack of dawn, and it doesn't get me to Little Rock until the time I need to be there. So if anything goes wrong, I'm super late. I'm gonna be late anyway. I just was like,
the whole thing just crashed.
It just blew up on you.
It blew up. I made some calls.
I mean, you should have just stayed over here. You know what I mean? You could have stayed here.
Had I
Friday,
known,
Saturday,
I would have.
Sunday,
That's what I'm saying. Had I known, but I done went all the way home, done this, anyway.
I don't know.
And didn't get any work done. I mean, you know me, I'd love to have got one of my side things handled, but I didn't get to do shit. I just kind of
I don't know
around, didn't know what I was going to do.
Who do you think had a worse weekend here, Blasey? The handler or Bubba the Love Sponge?
Oh. I
Yeah,
got to
that's
know about this. Tell me. I haven't heard about this because I've been preoccupied all weekend with my own struggles. But tell me what's up with the Love Master himself.
Man, I'll tell you what. It's it kind of threw me off on. It was Friday. Amanda sent me a text, and it was a X post, and it was this statement saying that Anna Hummel from the show, co-host of Bubba the Love Sponge, is resigning effective immediately, basically. And I was like, whoa, hold on just a minute.
Yeah, I mean, this is big.
Yeah, something's up here. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not super surprised in the sense that she's leaving the show, but that was very, very sudden, like the sudden nature of it.
Oh, she did a show that day.
That morning. Yeah, she did a show that morning.
How long has she been on the show?
Man, she's been on the show now, I should know this. I mean, at least well over a year, like a year and a half or so, or maybe two.
That sounds
two
right.
Or so, yeah. She's been there a minute, right? At least two.
Okay.
I know. But so yeah, she was part-time over there working, kind of helping with Mike.
4 years.
The competition.
4
4
years.
years.
Sorry to
3
interrupt.
years.
Yeah.
Or is that 4?
4 years. That's
4
what
years. I can't read.
Bubba
Okay,
fan
shit.
69 says
see,
4 years.
Back to the COVID thing. You know what I mean? This stuff kind of gets away from you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's been there a while, and but yeah, so she's no longer there, and there was a little bit of drama that ensued internally. There's multiple layers of this, JR. So let me back up a minute. Let's put Anna to the side for a minute.
Yeah,
About a year ago,
you got to go back to that and
yeah, I
start
remember
there.
a year ago in April. I remember right where I was for some reason. I was driving passing Freeport High School, and it was just about the show was about to be done. Almost 9 o'clock. I was heading to Pensacola. And then suddenly, right at the end of the show, Bubba starts going to this little thing talking about how Blitz, who's been with him, forever, and is a big part of the show, has been there helping in so many different ways and capacity. He brought Blitz in. They're best friends. He's great guy. awesome, super smart guy. Kind of even thought in my mind when I heard this announcement, like, well, that makes sense. You already got Dan, you know, 2 smart guys there, whatever, but still surprised by it. But he announces that he is leaving to pursue another opportunity. I think I'd heard something like going to work for a junior college. I don't know. It was just kind of strange. You know, I still thought that was strange. It was sudden, just like Friday. So I didn't, maybe I just, my ear wasn't to the ground good enough, but I didn't hear much else after that. I didn't understand why that happened. Even at the Tampa Tarpons game. So Anna, let me connect these dots too for you. So Anna and Blitz are boyfriend and girlfriend. So they date, right? So even though he's leaving the show, she's staying on the show, and he's pursuing different opportunities. All is well, everything's great. They wrapped it up. It was less than 5 minutes. He said a couple of words, thank you, don't want to cry, I want to do this right here at the end, and just move on. Boom. And that was it, man. I didn't hear anything else. Even when I went to the Tampa Tarpons game, I asked Anna, I was like, hey, is Blitz here? You know, I figured he would still be around. She was like, no, he had some stuff he had to do tonight or whatever. I was like, okay, whatever. Didn't think much about it. Well, come to find out, JR, so back to Anna, right? Mm-hmm. So this Friday, there was some drama that brewed with, she does her own show after the show. She's got her own podcast. Well, there was some issue where there was another podcast that come in. There was an issue about her mic. She's kind of a germaphobe. And the guys that came into this podcast were these barbers and these black guys. And Bubba got on their podcast because they used her mic, and she got mad about it and said that she was racist. And he was just kind of being stupid, right? He didn't really mean it, but he said it.
This is where Bubba gets in his own way.
That's right. So it's not that she's a germaphobe, which she is. She's really freaky. Yeah. She keeps her mic, and you know everybody's got their own mics in there, and that's really what it was. But he had said some stuff. Well, she got upset about it. Got on her show on Friday and was, you know, really ticked off. Found out about this. She called Bubba. You know, so there was a to-do.
I want to make sure I know who's pissed at who here. So she's upset about the mic, which I get that.
Yes,
there's 2 sides of that. Now, people are peculiar about their mic. I totally understand that. If you do borrow somebody's mic, production team's got to wipe them off a Listerine kind of deal or something. But especially in a big setting like that, I get it. Now, I know, but then them going into the chatter, so then. But it's still not something, you lose your shit over.
Ain't nobody getting fired right now. Nobody's leaving over this.
Jesus, ain't that big a deal. But,
not at all. Not at all.
But then he gets mad. Then she's upset because he gets upset because she's mad at him after that because he said she was racist.
Well, no. Actually, this kind of settled down. But during this process on Friday she has her show and she's talking about all this. They're kind of hashing it out. You know what I mean, on the back end.
And he's on there too.
Well, he's not on her show, but I think she had called him. She had talked to him. He knew it was going on. She was kind of getting after him on her show. She was still upset about it. She was still upset about it because he apologized, but she felt like it was a half apology, whatever. He was just being silly. He was just trying to work the room a little bit and just get some laughs, right?
Right.
So, but
anything for a click.
And then, so allegedly, here's where the drama. So then she resigns a couple hours later. And I was like, but they didn't even say that was happening. I mean, other than listening to her show, you know that's happening.
Right.
Supposedly, he gets a phone call from a competitor, or actually from his, or let's say this, from someone probably within Florida Man Radio, and says, hey, which is the network that they're on and the different markets that they're on. And it says that he found out that Anna had applied to be there was a morning slot open as a co-host with a competitor show in a competitor market at the exact same time in a morning show, right? So I'm going to assume that's going to be over in Orlando. That's just what I'm guessing. I could be wrong, or it could be Tampa, but it's a competitor market. Well, Bubba found out, so he calls him and lets Bubba know. Then Bubba calls Anna. You know, it's like, is there anything you need to tell me? And blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, nothing. He said, well, here's what I found out. You went and applied for the morning co-host position at our competitor in an exact market that we're in at the exact same time slot. And what really ticked him off, it's like, you don't do that. You know what I mean? Like you come to me if you want to make a move. And if you want to go apply for, like a lunch spot or an afternoon drive or some midday deal and or morning show in a different market that we're not in, go for it. That's fine. But you're doing this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it. So he gave her 2 options: resign to help her move on, or he could fire her. So that's how that happened. So she elected to resign, drew up something, sent it to him. But you got to think for the past and back to back to Blitz. Okay, this all unfolded basically overnight. Come back to Blitz. So Blitz left the show right last year, this time April. He's been gone. It's all been solid. Everything's been fine. They've been dating. Everything's cool, but it hadn't been cool. I've noticed, everybody's noticed, like there's always been this rub. Like sometimes Anna will say something and Bubba just kind of, it's like, man, there's some anger there. Like why
Kind
does
of been a little mean to her.
Like, I always felt, yeah, he is.
Be
just
straight up.
Tell you, she pisses him off a little bit. Like, and I like Anna. Let me say this, I like Anna.
Yeah,
I could just
I
tell
do
there's
too.
something there, and I couldn't figure out what it was. Now it all makes sense. You ready for the big kicker, JR?
I couldn't be more excited.
I know you. This is where it gets real. So going back, Bubba's been in some IRS crap. Going back last year.
Imagine that.
Yeah, shocker of the year. So he's getting ready. He's going through the books. They're looking at stuff. They're looking at a PayPal account. And on his PayPal account, they're starting to notice all these crazy purchases. I mean, crazy purchases that don't make any sense. I mean, giant purchases to Walmart. I think that totaled $21,000. Size 15 shoes, STD test kits. I mean,
$21,436.22. If you really want to know, Blasey knows the damn number. Don't act like you don't know the number.
$150 STD tests.
Yes.
Very important.
Yeah, jump in on that, Brantley. It was crazy. All these purchases that had nothing he felt like to do with the show.
Right.
And I'm gonna wrap this up a little bit because
PayPal account was tagged to one of their computers.
$240,000 total.
Yes,
God.
just like Bubba fan. $240,000 over 3 years. Blitz had been taken from the show.
Crazy.
So,
Ordering stuff for himself on the PayPal
yes,
account.
Yes,
And no one knew it.
No, and it capped because it's IRS thing. They were digging into
Right.
it. So Bubba gave him an ultimatum, which was really kind of unbelievably nice of him to say, "Hey, just leave. Anna can stay. You talking about some weirdness?
Yeah.
Anna can stay, but you got to go. We're going to announce it like you're just moving on." Like,
Right.
dude, I felt like that's an unbelievable deal that he got. But I still can't imagine why Anna hung around at that point. She's still dating the guy. You're still there. That's got to just be weird land, man. He coming into work every day. That had to be terrible for her. Awful, probably weird for everybody involved.
It's
that
just
knew
weird
about it.
for everybody involved. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I can only imagine the tension in the room. It makes sense kind of watching the show, that tension that would be there occasionally. And, well, it wasn't occasionally. It's often. It was fairly often, but makes total sense. You know that Bubba kind of had suspicions a little bit about this, maybe didn't want to know, but I think he's been knowing for a little bit longer. He's been planting the little seeds and kind of let him hang himself. He brings in his lawyer. What's his name? Tom Head or
Tom Beans. Tom
Tom
Beans
Beans.
is his manager. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
all the names all day long. I listened to it all morning while I was working.
This is
It's
like the guy.
fascinating.
This is the guy version of my wife trying to explain to me what's going on Vanderpump or some Bravo show when I walk in.
Exactly what it is.
This is
It's
the guy version of that
insane.
because I'm listening to it. She's telling me it's the same. It's just different people.
It's
and
a
I'm
soap
just-
opera, but it's a
the
real
guy
life
version.
soap
Hey,
opera.
but shocker
I
of the
guess
year,
somebody's
though.
life. It ain't my life. It's
But check
somebody's
this
life.
out. In Bubba's defense on this one, he had all this recorded. He's good at recording stuff. And
He's
so-
very good at recording things.
So he was playing back the audio tape when he was questioning Blitz when he let it go about all these purchases, and you're getting the response. And so you can go check that out on his podcast. But they got the whole, it's like a 45
Does the guy
minute
admit
audio
to it?
tape.
He did it, or is he trying to
He
say he didn't?
dances around, man. It's crazy. It's a heck of a dance. It's wild. I mean, he's under. It's a dance. Yeah, that's the
He
thing.
just-
I think that's what Bubba was
basically-
looking for was an apology, and I'm like, man, I'm sorry, Bubba's
Just
hey, we
own
can
up
work
to
through
it.
this. If it's
Well,
50,
if
if it's
you just
5,000 or 50,000, even though it was 240,000, he wasn't aware at the time what
Yeah.
it was. He said, we
And it
can
depends
work
on
through
it. I mean, it's one thing for its stuff for like somehow relates to something you do, but if it's just a bunch of bullshit, now come on, that's just taking
Right.
money. I mean,
It's
you
like
know, you're,
STD
you're not buying,
tests.
you're not buying new curtains for the studio, or you're not. It's nothing,
10
Yeah, it's-
GoPros. Which that actually would make sense. GoPros
I mean,
and
if you
doing what
need
they're
stuff
doing,
for
but
stuff, but if he's just
but
being
other
ridiculous,
stuff doesn't. Not at all.
it also tells they got to make sure you got to have your shit buttoned up. Watch who you hire, because if you got somebody squandering you and nobody's keep checks and balance on where you put counts going and stuff.
Yeah, and
That's it.
Bubba
Well,
Bubba
dude, hey,
went into
it's
that
the equivalent,
today.
JR. If you and if Justin Moore had a PayPal account that y'all got donations on, y'all did stuff on like on the side, right? That's
Yeah.
you did all this stuff on. he would probably just trust you to manage that, right? It's the same
Yeah.
thing. They were that close.
Oh, gotcha.
And he bit him in the butt there,
Yeah.
What did he just
It
say there?
happens.
He says he bought him and Ann a new iPhones and a new iMac and a bunch of DJ equipment. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Their parts to 4-wheelers, they were lift kits. I mean, it was unbelievable,
Yeah,
dude. The list
Like-
is crazy. You could go listen to that podcast, listen to the list. It's insane, the stuff that he.
It's
Wow.
just crazy the stuff that.
Well,
that-
I-
I just hope
And
Anna wasn't aware of it. I mean, because she said she wasn't at the time. Like, I hope
hope
she
she
wasn't. 'Cause I
wasn't.
like her. That'd be just kind of like, God, how do you stay there knowing that you got all this stuff and I just have to get out of there. That'd be just weird.
You don't know what their options were in their financial situation.
true,
you
too.
know, you never know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
But
that's,
yeah, there's
locked
the
in.
never-ending drama of Bubba the
I
Love
wonder,
Sponge.
do-
It just
do-
keeps coming, man.
I
gift
tell you
that
what,
keeps on giving.
all those people over there, they decide some NDs and stuff, and just
that was an interesting thing that was brought up today. I'm glad you bring that up. That was mentioned. Does anybody have an NDA or anything like that? And he's like, no, I don't believe in doing that. And
oh hell no,
yeah, I
you
was like,
peddling
gotta
that,
take
you
away
just
from radio.
peddling that kind of smut. It don't matter whatever.
I guess.
So,
Keep
yeah,
it
this is
dirty,
radio
baby.
gold one day.
I love it. I love it.
What's
I love
crazy, he pulled out a box this morning by this weekend. He had this box. I mean, fully organized, just folded out. I mean, he was ready for this day, when it came down. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was. Seth's 20,000 Twitter followers says underwear, socks,
it was
etc. I
everything.
mean, just
it was crazy.
Just
It was
the
everything.
list keeps going.
Just everything you need in life.
Wow. That's crazy though. So no prosecution, there's none of that kind of stuff.
So no, it hadn't been anything like that, and that's why he said.
But this has just happened Friday, so I mean,
dude, it's all just. But now Bubba's known this for over a year about Blitz. These are two different
Gotcha.
events. Well, after
Yeah.
Anna's gone, he's spilling the beans about why he actually let him go. Now there's also some chatter that, hey, does Blitz really have something on him that's bigger that he doesn't want to? That's why he hadn't said anything. But now he's saying it, so it's like, to me, it's like, I think he was more protecting his co-host in that
Probably
situation, than that.
Where is she
'Cause
gonna
now,
go?
As soon as she's gone, he's out spreading the word. So
Right. Does she have a show? Is she lined up for something yet? You don't know.
she applied for another morning show, but maybe
Well,
that'll help
so we
grease the
heard
axles
now.
for that action. You know what I mean?
So
that
we
create some
heard.
drama over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good for ratings, probably. At least for the show.
Oh yeah. Hell,
Seth
just let them.
thinks that she had to know.
They need to let them do
I
one of
kind of
those.
got to think. Yeah, I mean, how
back-
the hell do you not know
Oh,
where does
100%.
this
Yeah,
equipment
I
come
know,
from?
I know.
Unless homeboy's just like, oh yeah, and I'm buying this for you, and blah blah blah. Which if it gets that weird, and then
Dude, if we
God
need
help
to
them
find
all.
we need to find a good claymation or just a good animated artist or something to do up like some our homemade version of Celebrity Deathmatch and take these people we talk about throughout the show and make them like you could have that Anna and Bubba the Love Sponge in a claymation Celebrity Deathmatch fighting each other. How awesome would that be?
Oh, that would be great. That would be
You know
awesome.
what I mean? Because I was going to say that's probably what needs to happen if they go over there and they keep fighting too. We'll get them some real rates. Y'all go fight, box in a thing of Jello or something, and give half the money to charity, and everybody will love it.
Alan Jones says, didn't anybody check the purchases for 3 years?
That's what I'm
kind of
saying,
my
Alan.
thought.
That's
That's
what
kind of my
I'm saying,
thoughts there
Alan.
too,
At
Alan.
some point, you'd look over there and see, right? Just
Well,
glance
what's
at it.
happening? Okay, where'd
just
you
go on
get this
PayPal.
side by side?
And
Amanda
you don't-
says that the STD kit sent me.
Yeah, and they don't have there wasn't they just never checked. They never had an email sent to them saying, "Hey, you got something you just ordered," or "Hey, your order's on the way." Usually get if I order anything, I get 20,000 damn reminders. It's paid for. It's confirmed. It's on the way.
Just
These
keeps,
people,
yeah.
nobody ever got any of these emails.
Well, the way I get them all the time. The one thing, and
He got it
and Bubba
delivered to his
fans-
mom's house.
Yeah, he says I
Oh.
think she definitely knew,
That's
but
crazy.
he was also getting all the stuff delivered to his
I
mom's
didn't know
house.
that. Yeah.
How do you pay with PayPal, and then also claim that it was on your credit card? Like they don't work. It doesn't work that way. PayPal doesn't work that way. Like how do you even
It can,
try
right?
to bullshit someone
Yeah, he
like
was-
that with that?
He did try to say that in the audio. He was, oh yeah.
He
I just
sure
added my
did.
credit card on those two purchases. It's like it's not
No,
two.
you
It's
didn't.
154. This is just in this year. We haven't got to
Dang.
year 2 and 3 yet. you know?
Dang.
But these two, he asked him to itemize them and see what was going on. He came back with like 2. Yeah, these two right here. It was my credit card, allegedly.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Seth says that Bubba always said he knew the numbers coming in. Guess he just didn't know what was going out.
Damn sure didn't. That's just golly.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, man. I mean, you know what I mean? That is $60 grand a year. I mean, more than that. What is that? 80 grand a year, dude. Like,
Well, and you don't know,
and
and we don't know what kind of working capital they're working with either. I mean, is this a $50 million a year show? That ain't really that lot. But if it's a
this show
half
got
$1
whittled
million
down to nothing. I mean,
so-
Bubba claimed on his taxes this year negative $10,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, dude, all kind of IRS stuff and all this mess he's
Yeah.
got going.
So it ain't like,
dude,
yeah.
You're stealing big time from him, and you're
Wow.
stealing from the other co-hosts where they profit share. I'm sure
Right.
in there, with some things. And no, it's bad either way.
Bad. No doubt it's bad, yeah.
They say, who wears Wranglers? I always wondered. Blitz! And Bubba Fan says a telethon. I mean, that's what's
It is a
needed.
telethon.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I think today it's pretty good. I saw some pretty good donations coming in.
I did, multiple
on the
$500
news, yeah.
donations, not just one or two, like
Had the Wiz
multiples.
came in with 500. I heard that one, and several of them. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But yeah, man, the saga continues. It never. But you know what? Bubba's a good guy in this scenario. He has not done anything. He's actually a really good guy. I mean, he could have done way more than what he did, and it's lasted.
I mean, he
this
makes
long,
Folo One makes a very good point. Based on the IRS, he may have to press charges.
Yeah,
it's really true. I mean, he's going to be kind of forced to have to do something because it's at the end of the day, it's theft. You know what I mean? And
Or he's got to pay taxes on all of it.
Yes,
yeah, that's
and
right.
He is. And he has, and since then it's been that way. He's been kind of hung out to dry. It's like, well, it's not our problem, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy town, man. Crazy town.
it is.
I think
Matthew
that's it on that.
Tuberville
We
says
kinda-
Wranglers and New Balance. I'm not sure really what that reference is talking about with the Wranglers. What's up with Blitz?
I guess
He's some Wranglers.
I guess he
guy or
bought some
something.
Wranglers and New Balance on there, you know.
Chat,
I'm sure
y'all
that's on
have
the
to-
list. I'm sure it's on the list.
Y'all
I
have
got Wranglers
to,
and
to
I got
bring-
Wranglers and
bring me up.
Nikes on, but I didn't pay for either one of them, and I didn't steal them either. Somebody give them to me. I did a commercial for Wrangler, and I've got friends at universities give me these shoes.
There you go.
Well, yeah, well, you're country. I mean, look. I mean, you're JR the handler. You know what I mean?
You damn right he is.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta
You are.
agree, Bubba Fan. Everybody hit that thumbs up if you're watching
Yes.
this right now, wherever it is that you're watching it.
Appreciate y'all.
It sure helps us out. We appreciate you guys. Give us that thumbs up. A lot of
Get
stuff.
two thumbs up in there, you know, like the Fonzie. Hey,
Hey. Well, look, we're kind of moving forward a little bit with some other things that just happened today. Blasey, I don't know if you've seen this either. Earlier today, the Oakland A's are playing the Yankees, and manager Aaron Boone was ejected after about the first 10 pitches
I did not
of the
see it.
game. Have you seen any of this?
I haven't seen a drop of this.
Perfect. Watch this exchange.
You're
It's
gonna
about
love
a minute.
this.
I've been caught up with the Bubba stuff.
It's about a
sorry.
minute long. I know.
Oh,
I
we
somehow
know.
this
we
came
know.
in here at the end. I was able to slip this one in here. So yeah, I think everybody will enjoy. If you didn't see this is I've never seen this happen before.
Unbelievable.
That's funny.
Oh man, yeah.
great.
So I
And after the ump, give him a specific breakdown. Not a word. He explained what he did, why he
Yes.
was doing it. Not a word from you, right? And then just almost like comedic timing. Didn't do it right then. Waited just 1, 2, 3. What, you're out of here. What me? And then the guy behind him was just chewing his gum, staring off like watching the scoreboard, chewing his
How do you
gum.
do it?
Wasn't
What are
me?
you doing that?
That was. I can't believe it stood, but I mean, what do you do? The ref was so hot.
You can't write it. You
That's
can't
it. You're
review
all on the
that.
edge, and he can't back down from his statement.
can't back
And he heard
down.
that bark, and he had
I
to stay
want to
in it,
know.
You know?
I want to know what led up to that, though. Like that,
Yeah.
that didn't just happen
Right.
today.
Not at
There's
all.
something that has happened. There's some call. They don't like each other, obviously.
And surely the fan was a fan of the other team to get.
No, he's
he
a
wouldn't get it.
Yankees fan.
Why would he want his own
Yeah.
coach ejected? Unless to fire up the
screwed
team. But that's not
Yeah.
his call.
It's not his call. I don't think he. I don't
You know
think
what
he
I mean?
thought-
That's like
I don't think
it's
he
like
thought he would actually get their manager ejected.
You know, it's like
Somebody's
the guy.
got to interview that guy. Hey, dude,
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you're watching
Remember-
Tig's Bits tonight,
Yeah, come on.
What
in
was
the
the
water.
guy
to have
that
you on.
remember,
Love to
like
have
wasn't
you
it a
on.
Cubs guy or somebody that like caught the ball that the guy would have caught out and it made it a better play and made it a double instead, and everybody he thought he was a fan, he didn't know. It's kind of like this guy. If that would have cost him a big game, it'd be like, shit, I would try to get him kicked out, try to be funny.
He's like he says, all umpires hate Aaron Boone. It's true. They didn't like him when he played either. He is
really?
he's a mouthy fella. He always has been. But he's a hell of a good manager. I think he is.
This
I'm
is
not
just carrying
a
over that
Yankees
now.
guy,
He
but
just got that persona around him, and that's just who he is.
he's
And
fiery. I
He's
mean,
got a shorter fuse than the average bear, like that, or shorter rope, I should say. You know what I mean?
Hey,
right.
Tiggs, we didn't have this on our list, but while we're on sports, real quick, did you happen? I did. I don't know if you happened to watch the Pelicans game last night. Game 1 of the playoffs. Playoffs have started in the NBA. The Pelicans are in 8th place. They played the number 1 Western Conference team, the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's really young, but
I thought that shot was going in at the end. They were going to slip out of there and win with a win.
We had chances, so many, and that man, they're good though. You know, but we had chances without Zion. You know, but
they said
playoffs
Zion's
and stuff
still,
like that.
Is Zion out again?
Of
out.
course he is, man. It's just
Golly,
really
man. I mean, I like that guy, but dang,
He played a lot of games this year.
He did.
Hence why
But we need him now.
I know.
need him
Hence why we got
bad
in the
now.
playoffs. We need him back. But the whole playoffs, and I'm not going to linger on that because I know it's probably not a lot of NBA fans, and I don't watch as much as I used to, but I do love the playoffs and all the sports because that's when it really gets down.
That's
There's
a
no
great
playing
season, man. We
around
got this
in
in hockey
any
right now.
sport,
Yep.
in hockey, you know, football, all because there's no more messing around. It's the best teams, and it's pro level, as good as it gets in the world. And I think it's going to be some good series. I look forward to watching more. I know the Lakers were up; they lost. You know, anyway, it's going to be and some of the young guys and some of the perennial powerhouses that we've known for years and years aren't going to be on top for much longer. Like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Oklahoma City Thunder point guard. He's 23 years old. He's up for an MVP finalist for this year. And so, you know, LeBron, those guys are getting older. So there's going to be some passing of the torch happen here at some point. Well, interesting to see who the new guys are. Hopefully it's some of Alabama guys, Herb Jones, Brandon Miller, some of those guys get a spot, or SEC teams or Power 5 teams, or just somebody we have some connection to, you know, takes to the next level.
Who was the guy jawing with Kevin Durant in the playoffs yesterday? Like they were showing him the highlights.
That was
What's his
Anthony
name?
Edwards. Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. He's a stud. He's young.
He is a stud, man.
He could have been up for the MVP as well this year.
Yeah.
But he played at Georgia. I think he's from Georgia.
Okay.
He played at Georgia. He's good. And he was on some terrible Georgia teams, but he was stud for sure.
We've got to.
I know that Kevin Durant's like a big idol of his, but like, you know, going down the court, it's just like, it's kind of cool. Like, you know,
and the
it's
Durantula,
super cool.
he played at Texas, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, Southern boys getting it
We've
done.
got to give a shout out to the LSU gymnastics team
Yes,
who won the
congrats,
national
man.
championship.
First time ever.
there we
in
go.
that
First
sport,
time
right?
ever. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. They
Congrats,
won
man.
this weekend, and
Congratulations.
it was fun to watch. It was fun to
Doing
watch.
the whole pointing at the ring thing. That's their deal. That's LSU's new thing, point at the ring.
We seem to be winning a hell of
I
a lot
love
of
it.
them.
Hey,
So,
I
mean,
get
why
it.
not? You know,
Absolutely.
keep winning them.
Absolutely. Everybody
Once
be
again, it's
happy
Brian
about you
Kelly's
first.
turn. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. First are great. Yep, absolutely.
And hey, Bubba fan points out that Pearl Jam was on Howard Stern this morning, and Pearl Jam has a new album out. I've listened to it.
Do they really?
Multiple times already. Yeah, dude. If you like Pearl Jam, I know a lot of people don't. Whatever. If you like Pearl Jam, it is fantastic. It's kind of a throwback, old school. It's Pearl Jam. It has it's really
Saw
good.
Pearl Jam at the UNO Lakefront in '99. I wasn't a huge fan. Left there, huge fan. Man, that was one of the best live shows I've ever seen. They were
Their
rocking. Me and
shows-
Grice went. That was a badass show.
What is the show I went to? It's funny you say that because I went with Coop. We went up to Atlanta. I think we saw him in what's the basketball arena at
BJCC.
No, in Atlanta.
Atlanta. The used to be
Sony
the
or no,
Omni.
the
and it
Omni.
was the Phillips
The
Arena.
Omni.
Phillips Arena.
I'm going to see you down at the Omni, said Nothing Road.
We went to Phillips Arena. It was like 99 or 2000. And dude, it was a great show. Our seats were one of the limited views. We were behind the stage up top. There was about 50 of us. And, you know, he does that thing where they turn around, they play to us one time,
Yeah.
you know, like a whole song, which was unbelievable. I wanted to go down the floor. I'd go down. I was like, okay, let's go down the floor. Coots with me. I'm there with dang Cooter, and I jump. And as soon as my feet hit the floor, security sees me, and they wrap me up. And then Daniel tries to join me. He jumps and lands down there, too. But I guess he's so short, he just went below.
They didn't see him?
Notice it. No, they didn't notice him at
Wow.
all. So they got me tied up, and they kicked me out of the whole place. I walk around where JR would probably be hanging out. I loop around the building towards the back where the band comes in. There's some people out there smoking some cigarettes, and we just got to talking for a second. They open the door, and they walk back in, some of the people, you know, with the band, and I just walk right in with them. Within 10 minutes, I'm back up there behind them going, I'm back, boys.
Nice.
Dude, but to your point, one of my favorite shows I've ever been to. Like,
Great
just
live band.
unbelievable.
They
Unbelievable.
are, dude.
Yeah.
They are. I saw them at Jazz Fest. I've only seen them once. They're one of my favorite bands, but I've only seen them one time.
Me too.
Saw them
Yep.
at Jazz Fest the year that Prince died, and they had,
wow.
dude, it was awesome. It was a beautiful
17 or 18.
Blue Days. Yeah, 17, I think is what
No.
it was.
Would have been
Yeah, I think it
15 or
was.
16.
Somewhere in there.
Really?
Because
But
I got engaged right around that time. We were in Hawaii, and at the end, we had 2 shows, one at the Waikiki Shell, and then 2 nights later at the Maui Performing Arts Center. And each night we closed with them doing a big, long version of Purple Rain.
Okay.
And I got engaged that weekend, and we got
Wow.
married at the end of 16. So it was middle of 16. It would have been middle of 16 then.
That's probably right. Yeah,
I
that
can't
sounds-
believe it's been
that's-
8 years ago almost.
Yeah.
I know, but
crazy.
they had airplanes that were spelling out, you know, like peace and love and stuff. Prince.
Yeah,
things
when
like
I saw him in
that,
'99 was
in it,
25 years ago. That's crazy to think about. Me and
Yeah.
Grice, you know, and we'd already been buddies for
Yeah.
a long time by then.
But man, freaking Jazz Fest starts this Thursday,
Yes, yes.
and I'll be there. I will be there. The whole family's going.
Are you awesome?
Oh, man, that's going to be fun.
I've got to leave town.
Widespread
this weekend.
Panic, baby.
I know.
Panic
I saw
is
that.
playing
All kinds of
Thursday,
good bands.
so we're all going.
And that's one of those ones, they have a lot of
Wow.
legacy acts play, so some of those acts might be the last time you get to catch them while they're still rocking and hot on a big set and all that stuff. So, yeah, Jazz Fest, man. I wish I go. They're having
Dang,
mullet
that's
toss
cool.
here this weekend at the Floribama.
Oh,
really?
yeah, that's right.
My
It
gosh,
is
it's
mullet
just
toss.
overload.
It is
Yeah.
mullet.
And
There's
I'm-
just stuff at, well, dude, spring
going
has
out west.
sprung.
I
We're
gotta get the
almost
call-
getting into summer.
go
School
somewhere.
is
Oh, I-
almost out. It's about to get wide open at the beach. I know
Yeah.
both of y'all freaking love that.
Yeah,
My
everything's
son just
going
came
on.
back from the beach.
I
He
love
was there
April.
all
I love
weekend.
April. April's a great
Yes.
month. Spring
Oh,
breaks
it's great.
over with.
Best.
The weather's
Oh,
good.
it's great.
People
Weather's
are
perfect.
kind of gone.
It's not
kinda
hot
gone.
yet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Well,
good.
I got to leave all this fun and sun Wednesday and go to Boise, Idaho. We've got Boise, Tacoma, Spokane this weekend.
Okay.
So
All right.
I will miss all of those parties down here, but I'll be back soon.
You'll probably
and,
have some nice weather, though.
I hope so. Weather's pretty nice. That's what Shreese and I were on the back porch this afternoon.
Yeah,
at
it's
sunset.
been- yeah.
It's pretty,
It's
pretty
nice
dang
evening out
nice.
there tonight. No doubt.
It is good. It's good. Hey, we got Tedeschi Trucks Band coming here, JR.
Oh, really?
Where they did the Moon Crush deal.
Yeah.
They're coming here, not this weekend, but next weekend. I think I may
To where?
try to wiggle.
Where is
down
here?
here on the beach.
No.
Is that the one where you rent the cabanas and stuff?
Yes, yes.
Is there
That's
still
it.
seats left?
I don't know. That's what I got to dig into because Hal's got them, but I don't have them. I got to dig into them. I just found out about it yesterday.
Because I've got a show next Friday, and I fly home Friday afternoon. I go up there
Let's-
Thursday, come
let's
on
talk, see
Friday.
if we can- I'd
'Cause
love to see
and
them.
I'd
They're
love
so
to see
good.
them because
Yeah.
Anyway, I hadn't
Got
seen them in a little
this,
bit, that'd be great. And I just
kinda
talked, Lacey, I got to introduce you. I just talked to a buddy of mine who I've known for a long time from Nashville, and his wife. They've been in Boca the last 5 years, and they sold their condo, and they just moved to Sandestin, and he's cool as ice water. His name's Todd and Leslie, and I told him I had some buddies in the area because they don't know anybody because they're
Yeah.
from Kentucky originally, but they just moved up from Boca, and they'll fit right in the bunch. Y'all love
Well,
them.
heck yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Hook y'all up.
We'll definitely have to get together.
Jumping back to Bubba, Go Crying the Walk-In says it's kind of crazy that if you do the math, Anna started 4 years ago. This happened a year ago, and it was going on for 3 years. Blitz had access to all that money before Anna got there. It's a good point. It's a good point.
That's
Just wanted to jump back to that
That's
real
true.
quick.
The whole
I don't
thing
know
is
if-
who really knows? Who really
No
knows?
one
any of
knows.
What's
No
what's
one really
facts
knows.
And what's speculation.
Hello, Hinstar. What's happening?
What's happening?
What's up,
Appreciate
everybody
you.
out there? I saw
Appreciate
Paul
you.
Rogers.
Yeah,
in the
appreciate
house
to everybody,
earlier.
man.
Yeah,
we got
we
a bunch
saw
of people
Paul.
in
Yeah, we
here.
saw Paul.
Shout out to Paul. Shout out to all of y'all.
Yes.
Leave a little chat.
No
Leave in the
Hinton's in
chat.
there.
Where are you from? Where are you from? I just got.
Yeah, where's everybody
Bubba
hollering at
Fan
us from?
says that it was a high of 45 yesterday. It's finally getting warm. He's in Pennsylvania. Where are the rest of you guys from? And while y'all are doing that, I've got a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, just real briefly. Number one, I wanted to give a shout out to my dad for his 59 and a half years of service to the great state of Louisiana. He just, they honored him at the Louisiana legislature this past week. He served in the legislature for many years. He was Speaker of the House for a few years. And then he's gone on after that career, but a very well deserved, and anyone who knows
Big old
him,
round of applause. Right there.
big
That's
round
so
of
cool,
applause.
dude.
That's awesome. Thank you.
I saw
buddy.
that
That's
today,
awesome.
dude, on X. I know you've been telling me about it and how happy he was, and he was able to go do that. That's so
Yes.
cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
he's you guys out there. I mean,
Was Usher
get
able
a-
to make it back and be able to help him out with that some, or not?
do what?
I said, did Usher make it back to help him out with
Oh,
that?
no.
a bit?
Usher was not in the house for this one, unfortunately. But yeah, look, I don't dive into too much personal on here, but my dad's going through cancer. So if you're the praying type out there, then we can take all of the prayers you've got. He's doing well right now, and so thrilled that we were able to go and do that, and that my son was able to be there. Riley is pumped. He's in a lot of different things. I've tweeted or X'd, whatever you want to say, a little article that was out there with pictures from the event and all that stuff, so you can go check all that out. But my son is super pumped about that, and then he's extremely pumped about something that I'm doing this weekend, as am I. I will be going to Gator Millworks. Our friends at Gator Millworks asked me to MC their annual crawfish boil, and they get down with this thing, okay? I mean, this is no joke, and they have about 50 employees. I don't know how many will participate this year, probably 10 or 12. There may be more that will participate in this crawfish cook-off, and it's serious. I
So
mean,
you got
this
10 or
deal-
12 competing against each other.
in-house.
In-house.
Isn't that
Wow.
crazy?
Oh, you know
Let's
that's gonna be
roll.
good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So,
God,
and I know
yeah.
a lot of these guys. I've known them for a long time, and also it's going to be just a blast. I can't wait to go do that. And Riley is pumped because, I mean, he's just become my cameraman.
Oh,
we
he's
went to
so
Kansas
awesome.
City.
That's awesome.
I've been putting out some vlogs and stuff like that. I mean, I've got a cameraman. He's pumped. So yeah, y'all just be on the lookout. More stuff like that will
Heck
be
yeah.
coming. And
I love
and all
Riley's
that.
content. I love when you get him to do stuff, man. That's gold.
Oh, yeah,
he's,
dude.
He's such a good kid. He looks like a little me too. I said it first time I met him. It's like, you like me when I was little. He's so cute.
he's awesome, dude.
and he's got that spunk. He don't mind getting in there and trying and going. It's kind of like our other buddy Murphy.
That's
Murph,
right.
same way.
Oh, yeah.
You
And Murph-
he jumping just whatever. I'll do it.
Riley, I think Riley said, I mean, Murphy going to be the only junior field
Right.
correspondent in this deal.
No.
Like, okay, all right,
we got-
good,
yeah,
yeah.
we got-
Absolutely.
We all hands on deck. All hands
Absolutely.
on deck.
Riley
Well,
probably
this is
does
awesome.
know
he's
more
got-
about sports across the board than we do at this point because he knows all the new people, the names.
He's in
the
it.
this.
Absolutely right. Hey, that's even like my son Hell and Noah. We've got they're getting fired up now because I was telling them about this. They're like, whoa, hold on, we want to.
Yeah, wait a
especially
minute.
with this cornhole toss thing coming up. And speaking
Yeah.
of Gator Millworks, I think maybe they might be working on some.
We have, there is
Yeah,
some
we'll wait on that.
rumblings of
Okay,
a
we'll
design
wait on that. We'll
of
wait on that.
a Gator Millworks. Gator Millworks is making a cornhole board, and we will get it to specifications and all that. And yes, I do believe that not official, but we're live, so why not? They will most likely be the board sponsor
I'm gonna go ahead and make
of
an
this World
announcement on that.
Championship toss.
I have talked to y'all about this, and Brant's like, "What? I thought we had decided, but I think we have decided. Not official, but I think right here at Props Brewery is where it's going to happen. Like everything about it. So I know we talked about the beach and all this, but I think from a technical standpoint, it's going to be better if I did it right here, right out front.
I think so. Yeah.
You already have
my own
facilities,
I get
you got-
the
yeah.
internet. I need really good connection, great facilities. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good
Access
setup.
to
It's
beer.
just more control. We've never done something like this. To get down to access to beer. We've never been on. Just get on the beach. It's just maybe too much right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I
you
just
get
don't
the
trust our
shade there.
connection.
I
We're
mean,
trying to do a live stream, you know, like, so I think we're going to do it right here. It's going to be a great event. I've already talked to the owner. He's all in on this. So I think, so that's coming. That's coming soon, man. I mean, this trophy is not going to get rid of itself. We're not going to be able to award a winner unless we have a competition. So that's happening soon.
Bubba says it's the most Louisiana stuff he's ever heard. I'm going to go DJ the crawfish boil.
Straight up. I love it. Straight up.
That is.
It is. I mean,
first thing
I
when you
can't
said
wait.
you were going to MC it, I'm like, man, that's going to be a cool gig. I wonder how I can get in on one of those.
I love it. I love to MC a crawfish boil.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Lord.
me too. Never done one before, so who knows? But we're gonna have some content come from it. I feel good about it. I feel good about it. Unsavory character. Did I miss the Bubba Army breakdown? Yes, you did. We broke that down at the top of the hour. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can just rewind it. We started around the 8 or 10 minute mark of the show. I have a good memory, boys. One more thing that I wanted to talk about before we kind of start to roll out of here. We're practicing, like we've said. We have to keep this show to 45 minutes to an hour. You know, we're in our road to syndication, which will begin a theme each week starting next week. I don't think I've told y'all everything about that, boys, but next week, the road to syndication, the campaign, is what we will be having as we lay out our agenda for the general public and kind of how we're going to be doing some of these things. You know, we're not going to have enough time to get into everything tonight. So yeah, he's right. We're getting ready for our fancy little TV show. You dang right. We got interviews next week. Unfortunately, y'all have to bear with us through the month of May. None of them will be released until June, but we have some good ones that we're doing next week. We've got a couple, big guests. Really pumped about them. So can't wait to share that. Odds are we're going to probably drop a little minute or 2 minute segment from some of those before they ever air on TV on one of these lives, because I think that's what we're going to be doing more so is once the TV deal starts, the show with interviews specifically, still going to drop them everywhere like we do, but those will be our TV shows for the most part.
Pulling, you know what I mean? Just walk by the pig, just get a little bit off of it. Just get
a little, just give you a little bite,
that
maybe
brisket a little bit while you're cooking.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Just get a little taste.
So just a little taste. So it's
taste.
that is going to be fun. But I had this that I kind of teased it at the top of the hour with my favorite podcast that I listen to besides our own, of course, is well, it's not Superfly. Fly on the Wall. I couldn't think. Fly on the Wall with Dana Carvey, and I love it. I just listen to it all the time. I can't remember the name of it. No, but with Dana Carvey and David Spade, and they talk about Saturday Night Live stuff and all that. Kind of, it's just unbelievable.
Unbelievable. If you had a nickel for every time they did a Lauren Michael impersonation, you could probably retire.
But I never get tired. I never get tired of it. I never get tired of the Dennis Miller. I never get tired of it. He can do it all day.
And you never know when. And you never know when they're going to just drop you a little nugget of a Norm or some story of somebody they just remembered they hadn't told before. Let me tell you, it's one time we were having dinner with so and so. You're like, oh, I never heard that one before. Gold, you know. Yeah, anyway,
exactly.
Awesome.
Bubba, good question. Are you going to be FCC censored? No cursing. The TV show will be clean, which we pretty much keep it pretty clean on here to begin with anyhow, you know. Fortunately that's part of the thing. We won't be live on TV, thank God. So your boy here can edit some stuff out if we slip or whatever.
But we'll still have podcast. We'll still have
the podcast,
and
we're
content.
The podcast.
It won't just be
we're going to double down our content. I think is what we're getting at. We're going to have the show, which will be interviews for the most part, and then we're going to do this like we're doing tonight, which may feature a little clip of an upcoming one. We may be talking about something that's relevant. We can get in here and cuss if we want to, whatever. It's live. We're going to hang with you fans every week. And I think that's what, that'll be the thing, that we're going to do a live show, and then we're going to also have that. So it's going to be, I think it's just going to be fun. We're just going to keep growing this thing.
And it's just a learning experience for us as well. You know what I mean? So we're going to figure this out as we go.
Yep.
But we're going to make it. We're gonna keep having fun.
That's exactly. Oh, that's for a fact. That's for a fact. So going back to Dana Carvey and David Spade, they started a spinoff from Fly on the Wall called Superfly, and it's a YouTube show. So Fly on the Wall they record it, so they get a few clips, but it isn't like just a straight video show or whatever. Superfly is, and it's just them sitting in a room talking like we are. Well, there is a biopic coming out of Chris Farley. Now, y'all know how huge of a fan I am of Chris Farley. They're on the wall back there behind me. It's just those are my guys. David Spade, Adam Sandler, and Chris Farley. Those have always been my guys. So, with all of that said, they're going to have this biopic out. They're talking about the actor and all. I wanted to play that clip from Superfly, and we'll talk about it real quick.
What are your thoughts on this? Because you're Chris's right-hand man, or he was your right-hand man.
Yes, I somehow turned into the
your guys are partners,
de facto widow. You
knew him best.
I wish him well. It's very, like you said, it's very hard to capture the highs and lows and the greatness and the just pure likability, and the innocence and everything that was great about him.
It's the stuff between the lines. It's the way he would look at you when he was going to do a joke, or the way he would go. He'd laugh insanely hard, like coming from someplace else. And I know he's laughing. Comedians will sometimes laugh at a comedian's joke just because the idea of someone trying to be funny is funny.
And they're doing it for you.
Yeah, kind of like.
It's
and
nice.
Then I don't know. Chris had so many sub rhythms and so many little, like when he would do the honking one, when he'd laugh so hard. I can't do it, but that one where he'd go to, like he's almost choking. He's laughing so hard.
And he would,
so anyway, there's a meal to be had there.
He would give it up as a comedian and laugh. If you said something funny, he would laugh so hard. And that's one of the nicest things when comedians give it up and they don't just wait and then do their joke and laugh. So that I would hope it doesn't just turn into about drugs. I just want it to be the whole thing, because you could focus, like this SNL movies focus on the first SNL ever done. And I'd say that's enough for one movie. So with how much he did, I would want it to be more upbeat, hopefully.
I couldn't agree more with what he says. That I mean, we know how he ends. We know how it ended with Chris Farley, but the stuff that he did leading up to that, I mean,
pre-Saturday Night Live, teenager, all that stuff. Let's get all the fun, cool, quirky, cool, ridiculous stuff he's always done. And who he knew and who he hung out with, and
That's right. And I don't know a whole lot about that actor. I have seen him. I can't remember everything that he's in. So
I mean, when they throw in other people too from the era. Like, don't just have
exactly
him around
what
people
I'm,
we don't know. I have have Eddie Murphy there, have this one there, have people that he ran in, Sandler, his buddies. Have somebody playing all these people, but play them spot on. And have them interacting with him, and
you're right.
I love those when they really do that the right way.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see it. I think that it has potential if done right to be a good story. I can't believe. I mean, he's been dead for 30 years, I think, almost.
And he passed at 33. Sad. 33 years old.
90. When did he die? Not almost 25 years. 20.
Has he really?
Yeah, wasn't it like 97?
Yeah,
I think it was like 97 when he died.
That's unbelievable.
Late 90s.
I can't keep up with time. For
33 years
anymore.
old.
That's insane.
Just unreal. I saw someone had done somebody did they used AI to generate what he would look like now, but they were also he has a brother. I think he has a couple of brothers that are the big old dudes. They look like him. They all favor each other, so they use like pictures of them, pictures of him, all that, and they combined it into like what would he look like now, and it was awesome. It's what I think he would have looked like.
Oh.
But man, Kevin Farley, that's right, Kevin Farley,
comedic gold.
Man, it is. Well, look, I wanted to mention this because it's about getting that time. I know JR's hungry. I'm not gonna lie, fellas, I'm hungry. I smoked some chicken wings before.
I thought you were going to say something else. I thought
No.
you were going to say something else.
I got through the whole hour if I did. So,
You held on to that just a little too long.
Yeah, a little. I smoked some chicken wings. But no, I got to give a shout out to my boy T. Russ and T. Russ's Cypress Dust. I'm not gonna lie, boys. This has kind of been my secret ingredient on things that I've been cooking for about the last 2 years.
Wow.
He's given it to me, and I've
All the
I'm
flavor
gonna
without
let the cat
salt.
out of the bag. But what I
Without
did
action.
tonight, and I'm not gonna lie, I took them off just before we went on the air. I had to sample one little bite of it, and I was like, "Oh my Lord!" I sent it. Called my neighbor. I said, "Dude, I'm putting some of these outside for you. I think I may have perfected wings finally."
That good?
Wow.
Yeah, they're that good. So I just put a bunch of hot sauce, dabbled them with that, and this is low sodium, so you can hit it hard. I mean, hard.
the
I
flavor
sent
without the salt.
I sent my
I like
boy Russell. I sent him a text with a picture. I said, "You already know." He said, "Don't be afraid to hit that harder with that rub." And I went,
Right,
"All right."
'cause there's no
I mean,
sodium.
I
That's
went
awesome.
heavy. I went heavy on it.
I've got
Perfection.
some elk steaks, and I put them in that Hefe Breggy Bomb. Hefe
Okay, yeah,
sauce.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
You
I
can't
did
go
them just
wrong.
straight up. I usually put some Worcestershire on there too, but I didn't because I usually only marinate for about 20 minutes and then put them right on the grill. But I got them in there now with that dry rub on them, and then I'm about to go fire up the Traeger. I'm gonna
Yes,
cook
sir.
some chicken breast on the Traeger and some cauliflower, and then I might put the elk on the Traeger for a minute, but I've been doing it on the gas grill, just real hot, about 4 minutes on each side.
Boom, boom, done. I
Perfect.
love some
So
good
good.
elk, man. It was
Oh,
at
yeah.
a restaurant used to serve it. It was so good. Yeah, I wish he was still here, but he's not. But
Well, I got a freezer full. And then
oh,
shit.
Yeah,
man,
y'all-
hey, I'll take a little of that. I'll trade you some. I'll trade you some
you
pompano.
I'll take some of that too. We'll
What
put
a pompano
this.
trade-off.
We'll put this cypress dust on it, and look.
Yes, I'm down to try it for sure.
Go check them out. Go to their
Hey,
Facebook
and-
page.
And yeah, and that's good that you mentioned them, and we appreciate everybody who hooks us up with whether it's swag or just whatever products they're responsible for. I want to shout out to Rouse's, obviously, the Bull Boss guys,
Yes.
gals, Breggy Bomb, the Floribama, everybody who sponsors and sponsors and helps take care of the show and keep us moving forward. And think about that, y'all, too. When this show goes on here in a month, just a little over a month, there are going to be spots on that show. So just like you can advertise on the show here, on the YouTube channel, on the podcast, there's always advertising opportunities within the show. The television show is going to give us a little different angle on that because it'll actually be the live commercials during commercial breaks like it would have been any other television show you watch. So if you own a company, work for a company, know somebody who has a company, want to advertise, you know what demographic we're doing, you know the kind of people we talk to and the stuff we talk about, shoot an email to the show and let us know, and we'll put you in touch with the right people because, as this thing grows, we're looking for people to get on the ground floor and keep it rolling with, like the sponsors I talked
That's
about
right.
earlier, and
Yes, absolutely.
always looking to expand that. So
Yes,
just
we
something
are.
to think about out there. Everybody knows somebody, so a good place to get in if you want to get in on the podcast, radio business, and now in the TV business.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And what you guys don't know, Monster is coming this way, boys. Just wait. Your walls will be lit up soon.
Yes, sir.
That is breaking news right here, even for y'all. So
That's right. That's right. That's right. And that's what's that'll be the fun of doing these lives is there's going to be stuff that just kind of slips out a little bit that we just say, well, we told
There
you.
it is.
Oopsie.
Yep,
If you were watching, you heard about it. So
And I've already
Awesome.
talked to two of our former guests. They're going to come back on the show.
Couple big uns.
A couple big uns. We'll have some of our old guests back. We've got a bunch of new guests I've talked to about the show. So
Yep.
y'all just stay
Yeah,
tuned.
JR was pumped up Thursday night. I'm so glad to see him. So excited. It was so cool catching up with you
Yeah.
live. So anyway, it was good.
We're going to have
gonna
some
have
of
so
those
excited about the
characters.
show.
We're going to have some of those characters from that hang Thursday night on the show, too. There's some characters within that bunch that are going to
my
be on
God.
the show, too.
Yes, there he is.
100%. 100%.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait.
all
Well,
right.
boys, we're gonna wrap it up. We'll
Let's do
be
it.
back. Once again, we'll do this next week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, and have some more news. Start to lay out that campaign. And until then, we'll see you.
Cheers, y'all.